Go for a Call of Duty Battle Royale win. It's been about 2 years since I've played, and the goal is to stay on as long as possible until I either die in real life or actually get a win. We'll see what happens. I think I'll probably be able to win a game at some point. It's a solo. Like, how hard could it be? Like, how hard could it be? It can't be that bad. We got top 10 a couple times. I don't have an actual loadout, like a proper loadout yet, because I haven't played this game for so long and I don't have all the guns leveled up. But maybe I'll be able to pull it through and get it done. And I do have the Twitch chat open. I get the YouTube chat open, so I should be able to read all the comments too. The only thing I haven't done is made changes to the updates. Like, I need to do like donation and sub updates at some point, and then I need to do alerts, because whatever I used last time I don't really use as much anymore. What's up, Bloodstain? How you doing, man? A lot of you guys over on Twitch already. That's crazy. More than I thought. All right, first drop. Where are we going? Where do you guys want to land? What are you thinking? We're probably not going to do Superstore. We're probably not going to jump. Ooh, I need to make sure I'm recording that one setting. Oh, I already turned it on. Even better. It's like I know what I'm doing. That's crazy. Okay. Stadium, there's nothing in Stadium right now. It's like the original one where I think it was closed off and you couldn't do anything. So landing Stadium doesn't really matter. I guess you could land this area, but there's probably going to be another player on my butt when I land here, so this is risky. That is a shotgun. Is that a bot? No, that's a player. I'm the bot. But I'm better. Look, I might be washed, but I'm still, like, here. Okay? Look, all I gotta do is play Call of Duty, and people start sending stars. That's what I should have been doing. What am I doing? Michael, how you been, man? Welcome back. Thanks for the 420 stars, by the way. Appreciate it. How's it going, Tessa? I love the star emote, by the way. That's, like, one of my only emotes that I really, really like. I think that one looks awesome. I was just talking about that too. Someone I've known from, God, I don't even know how long, like way back in the Call of Duty days. They started streaming again. And I recommended, like, I don't know if my artist still makes thumbnails, but I was like, yeah, this is where I got mine from. And I had to go find out who did them again. I was like, I know who it is. I just couldn't think of their name, like their website or whatever, and I finally found it. But I was like, man, I went through all my other Twitch emotes and I saw everything that I used to have on Twitch. I think they're a little outdated now. Like, they still look phenomenal, but I think as far as trends go, they're a little dated. And I might need to get those updated at some point. But there's a lot there when it comes to emotes and artwork. And they're like new to streaming, sorta. So once you get like emotes, and finding people to make them is fucking brutal. Like, finding a good artist is rough. Finding one that's not scammy, and also finding a price point for him too. That's also what's crazy. What's up, Alyssa? Thanks for the 500 stars. How you been? Where'd all these stars come from? How does the mechanics feel similar to OG Verdansk? It's off a little, but it's close. I think that's the best way I could phrase it for how little I've played. Because when did we play this? Like 2020, 2019? He went up top. Okay, I don't know where he went. That's weird. He'll shoot me in the back, though, for sure. Okay. Oh, fuck, man. Was that gun not loaded? Michael, thanks again for the 310 stars. Appreciate you guys. Where the fuck are the stars coming from? 2021 was probably, yeah. I don't know when they switched it over to... It would have been Verdansk, but it would have been... What map did they change it to? And then they would have swapped out for... It was like right before World War II or something, I guess is the name of the game, is what I would say. Like when they launched that version of it, that's when Call of Duty, you know, I think people would say it kind of changed quite a bit and became less fun. Have I got my win yet? Fuck no. Fuck no. We're still working on that right now. Just trying to keep up with all the star donos. Jerome, how you doing also? Thanks again for the 310. Been following for so long, finally able to send some. Hey man, I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me for a bit, even though I didn't stream for a while. You know, I kind of disappeared. I did what I can. Max, thanks again for the 200. What are you guys doing? That's the most stars I've seen in like years. Then again, when you don't stream, I mean, it adds up. Now I'm obligated to get a win at some point. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Panic. You gotta panic. It's a 5.7. It's got a 35 round mag. It's crazy. It's always interesting because I see the star donos in chat before they make the sound. I might need to make a sound. Well, I don't know if can I change the sound change, because it goes through Facebook and Facebook makes its own sound. But I wonder if I can change it to a custom one through the on-screen alerts, which I think I can. I might just have to mute the Facebook one. I do not want to fight you right now. I don't have plates. I don't know what this gun is. Oh, it's a light machine gun. Knew that was coming. I just want to get more loot. I hear him. Oh, there's two. There's two. There's two. I'm getting shot in the back. That's a third player. I'm dead. There's no way I'm gonna get away from that. There's three people. I'm getting shot from multiple angles. Not a chance. Your daughter said hi. Sup, Tyler? How you doing? Tell her hi. Yeah, let's see here. How do I manage that setting? I don't know. I'll queue up another game though. Thanks for the nerd chat. No worries, man. It's always good to chat with people. It makes the streams better. Otherwise, it's just kind of boring. I think Alyssa had the 500. I'm going to pin that one. Oh, I think it broke my chat. Let me try to refresh it. See what happened. I don't hate Call of Duty at the moment, but I'm not like super into it because I've probably played it more than I care to. I think any other game that you play this long for a long time, it's just you're gonna love, hate it. It's gonna wear you down a bit. But it is what it is. As far as loadouts go, I don't know what I need on the AMAX. I know this one needs this barrel and the mono. And then I think, I don't know if there's any differences on the lasers. If you want a quick scope, you'd probably want like this, maybe hip fire accuracy. So when you scope in, it stays more accurate. But I don't think you need it. I need to look up a build guide. That might actually help. But I haven't done that yet. I mean, the following from you guys is always pretty crazy because I've been on the platform. I think I got an update for like 6 or 7 years. So, so yeah, we've been here for a while. And then you see like follower counts, 1920, 1944, 1774. Like, yeah, you guys clicked the follow button a long time ago. But I also was contracted with Facebook for 5 years or so. I probably could have stayed contracted for a little bit longer, but I quit. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. It's kind of a weird situation to be in at the time. Yeah, Lisa's going to have a long following count for sure. 2558. That's actually, that's 2,558 days. Divide that by what? 365? It's pretty good. It's just a few days. What's up, Alex? How's your games going still? You still playing? You just lurking and watching at the same time? You don't want to watch me lose Warzone games. It's gonna be rough. I just don't like how I have to spend all the time to unlock my guns, and I'm not playing zombies to unlock them. I'm not doing it. Maybe off stream. But I think when I get my loadout and I play a little bit more, it's kind of like riding a bike. You'll just get used to it again. But it's a slow start. We're warming up. Oh, my mouse is dead. I can't move. I can't move. Hold on. That's not fair. My mouse died. That's why I stood still. It went to the wrong monitor. I shouldn't say it died, but I use one keyboard, one mouse for both computers. And one for gaming, one for streaming. And then when I like moved it, it moved to the wrong monitor, so my character's just standing here not doing anything. Is the HDR know what sniper I would use? It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I don't know what the current meta is. I think people like the HDR. I think it has the fastest bullet velocity. So it's really easy to shoot long and short, like long range shots and hit consistently. But the other problem with the HDR is it's generally slower. So like, I think your fire rate and your scope in time is slower than other snipers. So most of the time, if you're playing like quads, trios, maybe duos, it's fine. You can use it in solos. I don't see why not. But I would make the argument that you might be better off using something like a Kar 98, which is a little bit faster. But it also depends on how they do their headshot damage. Because if I can headshot you with the Kar 98 from across the map and it doesn't kill you, well, I probably don't want to use that sniper rifle. And I might want to stick with something that's more consistent, like the HDR. Because if I can get a one-shot headshot from any distance versus it having fall-off damage and just not working, yeah, I'd probably use that gun. Yeah, someone else is here. I don't know where they went, but I heard them. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh, he's just sitting there. Fuck. I'm not gonna win that. There's no way. That's the hard part too with Warzone. If you turn a corner and somebody's already pre-aiming, they have their gun up and they're ready to shoot. If they hit you first and you can't dodge or can't out headshot them, you pretty much die. So Warzone's really simple for the most part. There's ways to make it work a little bit better and then you can maybe survive, but I'm not here yet. Do I read chat? I read chat. It just depends on which chat. YouTube is on this monitor, so sometimes I don't see it. I see Twitch and Facebook. YouTube's probably my least watched platform, so I don't usually comment on it. Unless I try, but if I see the viewer counts at like 2 or 1, I really don't pay attention to it. Because the other chats usually have way more. But, like I was saying, I haven't played this game for like 2 years. Maybe longer than that. Probably longer. And I don't have any guns leveled up. As far as I know, this one's only level 21. And I don't know what guns to use, what attachments to use, what loadouts to do. What's an extended 40? What's commando do? Aim, jumping, sprinting, and fire speed. Aim down sight for jumping. I bet commando is probably a default one. I need to go find a guide that tells me what weapons to put out. But most of the time with Call of Duty, the main thing that you run into, like how you win gunfights, you catch somebody off guard, like by surprise. You either snipe them, break their armor, you break their armor with like a normal AR, normal gun, whatever. They don't have any cover and you can just pick them off, and then you push them. Like you aggressively like just push and put more pressure on them. And that's usually what'll happen. How many games have I played? Probably more than 10, maybe less. Not a lot. But Warzone's more about who sees each other first, who has better positioning, who has better accuracy, and any of those things can cause you to win or lose. Warzone's more, though, in my opinion, if you can just shoot straight, you'll win. Positioning can matter in a BR for sure, but if you can just headshot constantly and like do more damage, yeah, you're probably gonna absolutely fry that guy. It's really hard to see that guy up against that texture here. It's like gray. It's gray. He's gray. The mountains are gray. Like really hard to see. But if players are sitting in corners and you don't know that they're there, or they're just sitting in a building waiting, and you come flying around the corner and they hit you first and they break your plates first, you're gonna die. Like there's nothing you can really do to avoid it other than just don't fight it. Like don't go that way. Don't peek them. Don't push them. You know, just wait for the circle, move away, play smarter. But it really depends on what you're trying to achieve as a player. Like, are you trying to win? Are you just trying to get kills? Or are you just playing and you have no strategy? I think a lot of the time players don't have a strategy. And they don't care. Like, I think most people are trying to win. Or just survive. And they just sit there and camp and hide in a corner. Which usually works, but if you're trying to get kills, trying to move around the map a little, The 25-minute BR, what do you mean? This one? I don't know about 25 minutes. What is that? What do you mean? I mean, games can last probably about 25 to 30 minutes. Still streaming full-time? Yeah, and currently job searching. I need to find a way to make money, otherwise my bills. I applied for probably a couple hundred jobs already, but I never heard back, so not sure what I'm gonna do there. Damn. He plays more than me. Or that's a second player. That's a different guy. I got a kill, though? How? Or maybe it was an assist. It counts as a kill? Quads timer set for 25. The zones are timed to it. It's probably the same for solos. I don't know if they did different timers. You're asking the wrong guy. Like I said, I haven't played in 2 years, so I don't notice those details. I'm still new. I have a lot of hours in Call of Duty, but when you don't play for 2 or 3 years and you don't play like the current mode, the updated game, the updated version, the updated weapons, the updated attachments, you just don't know anything. The only thing I'm familiar with on this one is the map. Like, I kind of know it, but the map also changed. Like, it's the same map, but there's differences in like how the builds are kind of placed. Like, I think certain windows are blocked versus they weren't. The zip lines don't seem to exist anymore. So sometimes you'll go a route in a path that you think you can use, and then you go turn a corner, and you're like, oh, there should be a zip line. It's like, no zip line. That shit drives me crazy. Undefeated in the gulag, man. Undefeated. Every time. Facebook's gone down. Tons of streamers on Facebook numbers. Well, here's the deal. Facebook was paying streamers to stream to Facebook. And not only were they paying streamers to stream to Facebook, they were amplifying the viewership and the growth of streamers on Facebook by just having it pushed to the news feed more, like when you're scrolling on Facebook, so people would find you. And when they stopped doing that, or they spent less money doing that, people got less viewers. People also weren't making as much money. Let's say, for example, I'll just throw a number. Let's say you're making $5,000 a month. Let's just do that. And then suddenly Facebook stops paying you. And then you're like, well, if I make 5K from them, and then let's say you make 5K from like dono subs, ad revenue, all the other stuff that maybe you're making 10K total. Well, if Facebook stops paying you, now you're suddenly making $5,000. Well, what do you do? And then your viewership drops. Well, what are your options? Your options are to go to other platforms. So you would move to Twitch, you would go back to YouTube, you would go back to Kick, if that's an option for you, if you want to stream there, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. You need an audience already to really establish, to build, to lead them somewhere, to go somewhere, to actually build an audience. But it's really preference on streaming platforms. The top 3, in my opinion, at the moment are kind of silly, but I would say Twitch is probably your best for streaming, but I would argue YouTube's probably better in some ways if you can build an audience there as a platform in general. And then Facebook would probably still be like top 3. So when all the streamers, you know, didn't get contract renewals and Facebook kind of stopped doing the Facebook gaming stuff, everybody kind of left ship, right? Like, it makes sense for them to do that. Like, why would you stay on a platform where you just lost half your income and now you can go stream on others because you're not under a contract anymore, so you can go wherever you want? So a lot of streamers did that because they weren't growing and they weren't getting enough views on Facebook to begin with. I was kind of an exception. I did really well on Facebook. Like, really well. And I've had a little bit of a savings to burn through, so I haven't had to work for a little while, but I also went through more shit with like my ADHD stuff that I've been trying to like get sorted out. A lot of it's just not being able to get my meds and that bothering the shit out of me, causing mood swings, you know, other shit. So I just haven't really been motivated to stream or to do other stuff. But I'm thinking I got most of that fixed at the moment. Took a while, but we're there.
Enemy UAV is online.
I don't know where said player is. He threw a grenade at me. But I used to stream on Twitch and YouTube. I think he has an HDR. I might be in trouble. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I thought the reload would be faster. But it's not faster. It's very slow. Am I going to play Schedule 1 tonight? Probably not. Do I have kids? No, I don't have kids. I have a dog. It's hit and miss with the ADHD meds. I tried a bunch of different ones because I couldn't get the ones I needed. They were just always out. But the problem is when you start them for like a 30-day, 40-day, 30 to 60-day period, you run into the issue of the pharmacy being sold out because there was a national shortage and they weren't increasing the production. So it's like, well, they're sold out. I can't get them. And then you would have them for 30 days. Then you wouldn't have them. And the problem is it fucks with your serotonin levels. So it makes you like happy, makes you good, stabilizes your mood, and then you don't have them. So I've been kind of doing that on and off for like 2 years. I tried other medications that had more side effects, that were more frustrating. They weren't really helpful. They were, but they were just annoying. And I was like, I'm going to go back and do the other one. So I went back and eventually got the other medication, which is just generic Adderall. But the hard part is getting the pharmacies to give you the fucking medication. They're still sold out from time to time. But I was like, it works. It's the only one that doesn't give me side effects. So I'm going to stick with that. The main problem, too, is that when you take ADHD medication, there's like a 30 to 90 day like trial period for it to work or not. And sometimes you just have to wait. And if it doesn't work, well, you wasted 3 months. You didn't really waste it, but it doesn't help you. So it kind of fucks with you. I should cook my own meth. I should. It's close enough. It's the same thing. No, I have a dog. I don't have kids. I don't think I'm ever going to have kids. Like, ooh, this economy, dude. I'm just trying to pay my bills. Today's your 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Jerry. That's a big one. Big 5-0. Oh, did they fix this? Like, you used to be able to put the mouse in here and it was like off. That 3 months of leveling is that. It depends on what you're taking. Like, if you're taking like an antidepressant or an anxiety medication or a combination of the two, that's usually the problem. Like, that's usually the problem with those medications, is they take so long to kick in. They do work if you get the right dosage and the right medication based on the right person. But that trial period usually is when you have more side effects, and then like 3 months later, they kind of tend to go away. Sometimes they don't. And then, well, you got to find another one. Yeah, the process can be kind of annoying for ADHD stuff. I had a pretty big history on it, but I found a clinic that does testing, and I went and I did testing again to update my records. And then I just went to like my local doctor, and they were fine. They just needed to know that I actually had it. And it's like, yeah, I fucking had this shit forever. But it was still a process for me, because I think I had to go to like 3 or 4 different clinics for certain reasons. One wasn't covered by insurance at the time, so I had to switch and find a different one. And then I did the testing thing, and I found that worked. And then I had to go to a different doctor for some reason. Like, I don't know, it was weird. Like, one of my appointments got canceled, which wasted my time. And yeah, it was just roadblock after roadblock. I'm dead. There's 2 of them here. I didn't think they would land on me like that, but double team. Let's go. I mean, you can talk about whoever you want in my chat, as long as it's not like super negative. But no, viewership on Facebook across the board's down. Probably because, like I mentioned before, Facebook isn't putting as much money behind it. And they're not suggesting the content as much anymore. Yeah, if you have ADHD, you don't make appointments. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. That's just how that goes. I'm dead. He got the first 2 hits in. I'm toast. But the main thing, like with Facebook, is viewership is always going to be down. It's not a streaming platform, even though they try to make it into one. I think it could still be successful for certain creators. But I think Stone multi-streams, and he still makes decent money off Facebook. But I think a lot of his comes from video content and not live streaming. Although I don't know what his viewership is like, but I would imagine he still gets stars, he still gets donations, he still has supporters, like paid subs. And he's probably got hundreds, if not maybe thousands still. But the thing is that when you're on Facebook, you scroll through the timeline, and what they used to do is they'd just put your stream in there. It wouldn't be there for everybody, but it would be for people who watch Call of Duty content, watch gaming content. They'd be like, hey, have you like watched this streamer? And they would just kind of suggest it to you occasionally. So you'd just be scrolling and you get a live stream. Now, since they don't really promote streaming as much, they don't do that. So the viewership goes way down. The downside there is it's like, well, how do you grow as a streamer on Facebook? And the answer is you don't. The other option is that you don't grow by streaming. What you do grow by is by getting viewership through video content. And this is where I made my money. And I don't think people really understood this on Facebook, and I talked about it before. I would make like X amount, thousands of dollars a month from, donations, subs, whatever. But then I would make like 5 or 10 times more from ad revenue, because my videos were getting millions of views. And if you're able to get millions of views, well, you can make a lot in ad revenue. But most of the partners that came to Facebook did not do that. They would just live stream, and they would always be like, man, I don't get any, like, you know, I'm not growing. Like, it's like, well, what are you doing in order to grow? And they're like, well, I'm streaming 14 and a half hours a day. And it's like, okay, that might not be as effective. Because I would stream for about 10 hours a day. And then at one point I stopped and I went down to about 4 hours a day. But then I would upload multiple videos. And those videos I would spend, you know, less than 30 minutes to an hour on. And those videos would get me like 1 to 2 million views each. And that's where my ad revenue would come in. Like I could stream for like 18 hours and make like, well, not 18 hours. I could stream for like 10 hours and make like $100. Maybe if people subbed and donated. But the ad revenue was never there. I would usually get like $10 in ad revenue, which is like that's not great. But if I had a 100,000 view video, it would pay me maybe like 100, 200 bucks ish. So it made way more sense to make video content than it did to do streaming. But a lot of partners didn't do that. They didn't know to do that. They didn't consider doing it, or they would try to do it and then they would just give up very quickly. Like they'd make one video and they're like, oh, it didn't work. And it's like, well, did you do any editing to it? Like, did you try to make it interesting? And it's like, no, I just cut it and trimmed it and posted it. Like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Like you can't bare minimum how you make your video content. There are things you can do on Facebook that makes it a lot easier, but what they were doing was just, it wasn't even a strategy. It was just throwing shit and hoping it worked. Yeah, Spartacus all declined. Well, Facebook asked me a while back. So I was on a higher tier contract, and they asked me like, hey, do you want to like continue for another year? And I was like, no, because I asked them to give me a raise. Because originally I had a high valued contract, a pretty good one. And then my performance went down 1 year, so they cut it. And it wasn't like a big cut. It was like a 20% cut. But they were like, hey, if you do well, we'll get you, you know, back to where you were. Like if you get your numbers back to where they were, we'll up your pay. And I was like, sure, why not? So I did that, like exceptionally. And when I did that, I was doing extremely well, like absurdly well. And Facebook didn't realize how I was doing. And then they, when they found out what I was earning ad revenue wise, they were like, can we pay him less, is what they told my management team at the time. And I was just like, that's fucking crazy. So they came back with like a half offer, or and I think it was the same offer originally. And I still said no. Like I was just like, no, not worth it at the time. I mean, would I take a deal now? Maybe. Like maybe. I haven't worked for 2 years, so yeah, maybe. But that's kind of what I ran into, and a lot of partners were the same way. But even then, when they started doing the contract stuff, they changed it again. They made it worse. Instead of doing like that full value or 90% like contract, I think the last year they cut every single person's contract value down to, I think it was like 40 to 90% cuts, like, or even half. Like it was massive. And it's like, yeah, that's the only one we offer. And that's when you saw a lot of creators leave, because they were making more money or could make more money on other platforms. So that's what mostly happened there.
I saw the light there.
So you saw a lot of creators shift because of that. You know, if they can make 60K a year on one platform, they're like, okay, that's great. However, if they could go and make 60K on 2 platforms, why wouldn't they do it? And you saw a lot of them do that. So Facebook just kind of pulled the funding. Creators weren't really happy about it, so they quit. And I don't blame them. They also wanted like a lot more restrictive requirements. Because I remember I was working, I didn't want to do as many hours. And I was like, let me put it this way. I was earning what I would make in a year in a month. So that was pretty absurd. That was like at my peak. Like I was doing phenomenal, like absolutely batshit crazy. Never expected that in my life. And I was doing phenomenal. And then Facebook's like, well, can we just cut your contract? It's like way less. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. Wait, can you not? I was gonna say, how do you delete? Or not how do you delete?
That was close.
I was gonna say, how do you detonate? Is it Q? You call me a cheater, dude? Are you serious? I killed 2 players and I get called a cheater. Like, all right, buddy. That's the second time I've been called a cheater today. And I haven't played in 2 years. Do they offer other contracts or one-time payment switch? What was a yearly contract? Some platforms offered different contracts too at the time. YouTube was doing it for very select few people. And then you had, I think Kick offered paid contracts at one point. Twitch did it as well. But with Twitch, it was very limited. You had to have like millions of followers really to get a contract on Twitch. But Facebook and Mixer at the time, those were the two big ones. What is he doing? And Mixer reached out to me like a week or 2 before, and I was almost going to sign with Mixer, and then Facebook hit me up like that same week almost. It was like a few days in between. Because I was waiting to hear back from Microsoft, and then Mixer hit me up, and they're like, hey. Or Facebook did. I was like, that sounds better. You can stream to TikTok. Twitter, I don't think pays. You could do TikTok, but they don't do contracts, as far as I know. And then most streaming platforms don't do contracts anymore. I think the biggest issue is they found that they could pay creators, but it didn't really earn enough. And then a lot of the creators weren't really creators. I know that's going to sound really fucking bad, but I think a lot of them just kind of landed on a contract and they're like, oh, this is easy. I could do this. And they just stream, but they weren't really building communities at the time. They didn't understand how. So they were just streaming, and then it didn't really grow a follower count. They didn't grow like higher viewer counts, nothing. It just was kind of like, eh. I mean, there's 2 of you guys over there. Fight each other. And I think that's like where Facebook ran into problems, is they overpaid certain people that would come in and do the minimal work, and they weren't really like doing what they should be doing, or they just didn't do enough. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, and I think that kind of led to some failure on some of their parts. And then the rest was really on Facebook for doing things a little bit differently too. But there's a lot of reasons why things did and didn't work out the way that they should, or could have worked better for creators, but it's a hard thing to do. Streaming's very hard. Like, having a successful streaming platform is rough. I still think there's another one. Unless he killed that other guy. Nope. He's still down here. I'm pretty open here. Ah, he's got an HDR. GG's. I don't know, the Kar 98's... I think the Kar 98's a weaker sniper than the HDR. The Bolt... I don't know what the headshot rules are anymore. Like, I legitimately do not know if you can headshot somebody across the map with a Kar 98. I don't think you can. I think it breaks armor and that's it. Double square? I don't have double square on this. Am I still into crypto? Not really, no. I got burned really badly, and I was like, fuck that. So that shit happens. I took my money elsewhere. But if you want to give me your bitcoins, I'll take them. I'll hold on to them for you. Put them in my wallet, tuck them under my pillow. If I went back to videos, would they be the same gains as the last time? It's debatable. I don't know. So if I went back to making video content, and I did that on Facebook, it really depends on how Facebook promotes content, and it also depends on if I can build traction doing the same style, same content. Before I used to do live streams with like introductions at the beginning, but since they don't promote streams, streams don't do as well. But I think the strategy going forward with Facebook in order to earn income would be from video content that's anywhere between like 3 minutes to like 10, 15 minutes. 10 would probably be like pushing it if you go past that. But if you were to do anywhere between 3 to 10 minute long videos and then do short form content like shorts, reels, Instagram posts, those types of things, I think that would help. And then eventually your videos would be hit and miss. Because at one point in time, I was paying a company to do video editing, and I was paying them basically what they would earn me per month, unfortunately. And I was like, man, that's kind of odd. Like, I'm paying you, but you're basically making me even. So it's not going well. But if I did the editing and the uploading myself, which I did before, I was making a profit because I wasn't paying anybody. But I also had issues with that company too, where that company was not generating the style and type of content I wanted. Like, they were doing okay, but they would forget certain things that I would teach them, and they just wouldn't do it correctly, and then it would cause the videos not to perform well. So if I would edit a video, it would go from 100K views on average, maybe to 1 million. But when they would edit a video, it was like 10,000 to 20,000 views, and maybe it would get 1 million views occasionally. Like 1 out of every 20 or every 30 would get 1 million. And it's just like, man, if I edit, 1 out of every 10, like 10 videos, I usually get like 5 out of 10 to do very well. And then even then, sometimes it was more. It was like 8 out of 10 were like actual really good videos for me. And I think part of that was I understood what I was doing. I understood that I was editing a video to be a specific concept from start to finish. Meanwhile, the agency that I used would have one editor. It might be the same editor. It might not be. They would take the footage, and then they would pass that footage off to somebody else to do the upload, the scheduling, the titling, and then they'd have another person do the thumbnail. So the editing was done by a different person than the person doing the thumbnail. The thumbnail was done by a different person not doing the editing, and the title was different than what the all of it was. It was a completely different person. So it's like 3 or 4 different people adding to the video and editing it and changing it. So the video might not be edited correctly based off the title or the thumbnail or the introduction. And all of those things you don't think matter do. So you set like your expectations with your title, you set the expectation with the description, the thumbnail, the first part that's on the stream, the commentary, the introduction, the hook. And if all of those don't line up and all match, it's kind of like jumbled mess, and it doesn't make sense to the viewer. So like they click it and it's like, ooh, cool, cats in the thumbnail. This video must be about cats. And you click the video and it's about horses. It's like, what? Like that's not what I thought that was gonna, and they usually leave. So you have to edit and do things in a specific way for it to be successful. And I think that's the hard part with editors in general. Some are very good at it, but when you have too many hands, then you run into a problem where it doesn't work as expected. But they were decent, like they were good at editing. It was just, I think, my style of content and how I expected the results and certain things, and then too many people touching it and then kind of causing other problems just became an issue.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
I don't know where the windows are here. He'll push me because he's dumb.
Priority tasking request received. We're done.
There's another guy. He's gonna wonder how I did that. That's just UAV and paying attention to the UAV. What's up, Apathy? How you doing, man? Default sniper, dude. It's not even the good one. The car out here. I could go get a UAV for that. I just don't know if there's a guy. Well, I think the car spawns there. I know Facebook was rolling and then just died in a matter of weeks. Well, it was and wasn't. It depends on the creator. If you look at somebody like Stone, it does well because he has such a large audience. And the hard part is getting that large audience. I've never really had that. I've had an audience, but I've never had like millions of followers that come and watch all the time, no matter what. You know, my viewer count has never been consistently as high as his, right? And I'm not trying to compare this or make this mine's better than yours or whatever. I'm just explaining that when you have a channel that has millions of followers and you have tens of thousands of people that check every day what you're doing compared to somebody that has like a couple hundred, that is a big difference. And it's very hard to kill that channel if you have a full-time staff, you have editors, you have people uploading, posting for you, scheduling things for you, and then you're just streaming. And if you're trying to do it all by yourself, well, that's a lot. It's okay, but I think the hard part with Facebook was that a lot of creators didn't reach that point where they didn't have such a large audience. They couldn't just always go live and have 10,000 viewers, right? Because when I first started, Stone was streaming with like 5, 10K. It was fucking crazy. Now, there were times it fluctuated, and he would go down to like a couple thousand. He would sit at like 2, 3, 4, you know, and then he would sit back at 1. But even then, 1,000 viewers is insane. Like, that's absolutely nuts. But when the platform slows down and doesn't promote as much, the channels that don't have that already existing, it's not going to help them. Like, their channels are just going to kind of wither up and die because they're not bringing in new viewers. So with streaming, you really have to find a way to bring new viewers in all the time. And the bigger problem is that most people don't do that. I was going to say, do you think I can lure him down here and he'll hit that and then die? I think I just wasted it, but that's fine. So that's why I've said that making short-form content, long-form content would make more sense. And if you did those things on Facebook, I think you'd be surprised that your channel would do very well. And I talked about this on my first stream. There's a creator that used to joke about how Facebook was stupid. And I always made jokes like, you should stream on Facebook. You should upload your content to Facebook. And eventually he did. And I shit you not, he gained like 30, 40 million views in a month. And he's like, oh, wow, like, holy fuck. And I was like, I told you. Like, there are ways that you can grow. On those platforms. I'm gonna get sniped by the other guy. Getting greedy. I'm trying to get my other kill. Who's sniping at me though? Where? I don't see a lens flare. Oh well, I could have had 2 kills there, and then they both got away because the third party. That's unfortunate. Spart was up, averaging 500, and went up close to 1,000 when Facebook declined. He started talking about YouTube ad rev higher and watch on YouTube. Yeah, it probably is to some degree. But video revenue is different than live streaming revenue. That's also something that people need to understand too. So what I used to do in order how I earned a decent amount of money was that my live streams would get promoted to the news feed after I was done streaming. And since I treated it like a video, it would play as a video when you would watch it. And my video would end with like 100,000 views, 50,000 views, whatever. But when I woke up in the morning, it'd have like 1 million or 5 million. Because it got pushed into the feed, people would watch it, and then it would just basically play like a normal video. And that was really good. But the ad revenue was insane because of the volume of viewership. I've know Facebook made some changes on that too, on how ad revenue is calculated. And that changed some things for people and made it worse or better. Like, it made it more complicated. Yeah, I'm dead. Never even heard him. That's fucking crazy. Why are you even there? Like, that's such a weird place to be. Oh, higher HD quality, not ad quality? Interesting. I think you could get the same quality on any platform. Maybe the encoder's a little different, but if you're streaming at 1080 or above, it should be fine. I don't know if you need to stream at 1440. You can. But anything above 1440 is crazy. What's the most I've made? In a year or in a month? Is that Hex?
Fight started. Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by.
Nah, different name. So in a month, on Facebook, I made more than 100 grand. And that was all ad revenue. That was probably my best month ever. But the question is, how repeatable is that? And do I hide telling people that? No, I'm just honest. Like, there's times where you could do that, and then some months you'd make like 5-10 grand. Like, who knows? It really depends on... Oh, why can't I move? Okay, there we go. Also, why do I have a submachine gun in the gulag? It's been pistols this whole time. Did it change? Yeah, it changed.
Prepare for redeployment.
But that's the hard part with content creation in general. Your ad revenue can drastically change. Like, unbelievably change. Like, you could make a couple thousand in a month. You could make 10 grand, 20 grand, depending on how good your videos are doing. And then sometimes you could make $10. Usually you won't make $10, but you'll have like an in-between on what you're making. Like, usually an average, but sometimes you peak. Like, it'll do really well, and then it falls off. And then you can maybe go back to having like a more normal average. Where did he land? He land underneath me? He might have. Made 100K in a month. What am I doing? I mean, you want to know how much I made in the last year? Like $0. I took 2 years off, so I haven't really been doing much. But also keep in mind though, I've been doing content creation streaming for like more than like 10-15 years, and if I really sit down to do what, you know, like put my mind to it and actually like buckle down and lock the fuck in, I'm probably going to be ahead of most people on content strategy, like how to post, how to edit, how to format, what to upload, what not to upload, how to do it, versus somebody that's brand new, like trying to get into content creation. But I also wouldn't recommend content creation to people either. Like, I think as a hobby, it's fine. But full-time, it becomes kind of problematic because every single day you wake up, you have to think, what kind of video can I make that may or may not get viewership like the one I had last time? You know, how can I make sure that I get 100,000 views on every video I upload at a minimum? How can I guarantee that, you know? And that's when it becomes stressful because you go, well, I need to get, you know, 10 million views in a month to pay my bills. Okay, well, you got 30 days. That means you can make 30 videos in 30 days. How do you know that those 30 videos and those 30 ideas are going to work and make you that 10 million views? That's what's really, really hard with content creation. And that's what's scary about content creation is there's no income expectation knowing it'll work. Like, I've had videos that should have paid me like 10, 20 grand by themselves, and they got demonetized just because like a third party came in and copyrighted it, even though they had no right to it, and then I didn't get paid for it. They didn't get paid either, but I didn't. Like, that's happened before. So there's a lot of risk with content creation. Like what happened to Z? What about Z? I don't know what happened to him. This is a different gun. This is someone else's build.
Mission timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO.
Oh, he's sniping. See, he has a better sniper than me, though. Maybe. And it's still too long here. He shouldn't have very many plates, though. I took 6, probably. Out a sick jump shot. I just can't headshot him, which is really annoying. I don't want him to snipe me and then I lose. I'm just being a bully. He has high ground there. I'm gonna fuck off. I hear him, another victim of Facebook. I don't know. I think he streams on YouTube and Twitch. He's probably doing fine. Last I knew, he's so successful, like, that it doesn't matter. Like, Z-Laner's kind of the exception. Like, Z-Laner made probably enough money through Facebook, and then when he started doing the YouTube stuff as well, he probably did even better. And he has such an established audience because of, you know, being a pro, playing with other content creators as well. I think he'd be more successful than most, including myself. So I doubt he had an issue. I think when people just say like, oh, a victim of such and such, like Facebook, it's like, well, yeah, Facebook quit, but that doesn't mean that his channel's not profitable. It might not be like, let's say Facebook, like, let's say Z-Laner makes like $1 million in a year off Facebook, and then suddenly he makes $500,000 in a year. Is $500,000 in a year not successful? Like, I'd take $500,000. I barely hear about him. I don't know. If you don't pay attention to Call of Duty, you probably won't know. But he probably still plays. I kind of want an HDR.
Gas is closing in.
But I'm assuming he just moved to Twitch like everyone else. And he's probably doing fine. He still plays every day on Purple and YouTube. Yeah, he's probably doing just as well as he once was, if not potentially better. It really depends on... It's hard to measure. Like, if you have X amount of paid subscribers on one platform, you can go, well, he has this many subs, so you can kind of guess what somebody makes a month off sub revenue. But that doesn't include, like, not sub. It doesn't include sponsorship revenue. It doesn't include ad value. It doesn't include any type of brand deal, like license sponsorships that you have. Like, nothing. Merch sales, anything. It doesn't include all that. So it's really hard to tell how successful you're doing. Like, you can see someone that has a sub count, and their sub count might be like 5 or 10 grand. It's like, okay, you're making 5, 10K a month from subs. You know, you do the math. It's, I think it's like $350 for every sub that you have on Twitch. If you have a certain amount of subs, your revenue split, I think, is 70% is the highest it goes. And each sub is $3.99 or $4.99. Well, it might be higher than that now. They might have changed it to $5.99. So you're getting 70% of that on the higher end. So it's closer to $3 to $4 per sub. And if you have 1,000 subs, well, that's $4 grand in a month. If you have 2, 3, 4,000 subs, well, significantly more. But then that also doesn't count your ad revenue, and your ad revenue is probably higher than your sub income. Really depending on your viewership. Because a lot of creators don't make their money from subs as much anymore. Like, some of your big guys, yeah, they make a fat payment. Like, they make a good check. But if you have decent viewership on the other side, like, you can just run ads all day and you can make hundreds and if not thousands per day. Roll.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Damn, he should be dead. Yeah, a lot of them are doing the ads every 3 to 5 minutes, and that's hundreds of dollars per day, easily. Sometimes per hour. Like, they click the button, they make like 400 bucks, depending on the streamer. I'm gonna get absolutely shit on here. I'm kind of out in the open like a dummy, but it is what it is. I could have went the other way, but I didn't want to. Not making smart decisions. But I think it just, each streamer is different. Like, I've known content creators where they make more money through subs than they do ads. And other guys make like 5-6 times more through ads than they do subs. I've seen that before too. I've never really had a high sub count, so I've always had that. How can you start making videos? Just start playing games, make videos about gaming. I mean, that's really simple, or whatever you're interested in. It doesn't mean you'll be successful at it. It's a big learning curve, but uploading TikTok content, Instagram Reels, Shorts would probably be your best bet. Like, probably TikTok, and then YouTube Shorts, and then Instagram like Shorts as well. Sell feet pics on OnlyFans. Maybe. Why, you guys trying to pay my mortgage? I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'll do it. No. I don't know. I don't think I'd be selling foot pics, but hey, man, to each their own. Knock yourself out. Do what you got to do. Most of the time, though, with content creation, there's not a lot of money to be made unless you're like have a really niche way to get high viewer counts. And if you can somehow manage to pull that off consistently, you can make decent money. But I'd say like 90% of people that do content creation do not make very much money. Got his armor.
Relocating safe zone. Gulag's locked down. Area clear.
I probably want a car for the ending.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
I want to go grab his plate carrier if he had one. Okay, so he's at the bank now. That's interesting. Hmm. Oh, I didn't know they called an airstrike in. I saw the mortars or whatever. I saw that. I didn't see the fucking other one, so I died to the other one. Did I watch who? I have no idea who that is. Ah, oh, that's lame. How do I check my score? Oh, I had it and then it disappeared. I want to see how the final circle goes for these guys. Am I the same guy that was in phase? Probably. At one point in time, maybe. How do I have 8 viewers with 300k subs? Because I used to play Call of Duty about 10, 15 years ago when I was a part of FaZe Clan. and then I didn't use YouTube for like 8 years. So that's how I have 300,000 some followers on the other account. I always think people just don't understand that. Like, go look at like when my last upload date was. Yeah, like top 5 yet? No, I haven't really been going for top 5. I could do it next game. It'll just be really boring. Like, if I want to play it in a specific way to get wins, I could probably get top 5 every game that well, not top 5, but I could get top 10 every game I want. That's a pretty bold statement, but the gameplay style would shift dramatically. You would see me camp like a bitch. I used to play Overwatch on YouTube. I did occasionally, but like it was really rare. Like, I played Overwatch like a few times. Not often, but a few times. It was never really something I got super obsessed with. At least for content creation when streaming. I never could pick up an audience for that one. Some games take longer to load. It really depends on your landing. If you're not landing in a good location, you just get killed right away, then yeah, you're going to have some issues. Do I still live in KC? Yeah. I haven't moved, no. Do I play Marvels? I've never played it. Not really my kind of game. I like more battle royale, looter shooter styles games. So it's either I'll play Warzone, maybe Tarkov, and then occasionally I'll play random ones, but not so much Marvels. Anything like Overwatch, Marvels related, nah. I just never really got obsessed with it. Counter-Strike's probably the closest, but even then, that's Counter-Strike, so it's not even the same.
Check weapons and gear.
A new Halo? Yeah, right. They'll get you a new Halo in like 10 years. How do I feel about Arma? I tried playing Reforger, and I got tired of running from one location to another location just to die, and I couldn't really figure out what I was doing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to refund it, and I just refunded it. I mean, I would play it, but I feel like I need somebody to play it with and somebody to teach me how to play it. Or I need to watch like a ton of YouTube videos in order to figure it out. And I'm just not really committed to doing that. Did you ever seem to pick up viewership after swapping from Warzone? Go back to Delta Force? Delta Force is something I've been playing occasionally. And I think the viewership on that game might be higher because you have less downtime in between the wait times here. The viewership thing doesn't necessarily matter, though. What really matters for a content creator, and I know this is going to sound really shitty, the viewership is important. But the question is, are you converting people into subs? Are you getting, like, consistent subscriptions? Are you getting consistent viewership? Are you getting consistent donations, potentially, to income if you're just doing that? And it's not from ad revenue. Viewership is great if you can increase your ad revenue. But really, as much as I hate saying it, you're really just trying to get as many views as possible so your channel grows with followers, bigger viewer counts, more subs, more donos, so it's stable. The hard part, though, is you can't expect to just make money doing content creation, let alone streaming, because you're expecting people just to donate. Like, that's crazy. Like, so you can't feel entitled to that, right? People don't do that just because. Like, you need to give them a reason. And you have to have content that's worth people's time, their effort, their money to want to do that to help support your channel or your page. So I think a lot of people look at it differently. But, you know, also on Facebook, there's a issue with, even if you have a higher viewer count, the views might be low based on certain games. or higher, but you're also not getting like certain types of viewers. You're getting like people that potentially don't speak English. You might be getting more botted views that aren't potentially real, and that's a whole nother confusing topic to have. Like when I play PUBG, I have a lot of like Southeast Asia viewers, like Philippines, which is fine, but your chat's really like hard to read, and like you can't really engage with people as much. Although quite a few speak English, which is great, and it helps. But the other thing too is like the ad views, like the ad revenue that you get from those viewers is way lower than like somebody from like the US. I say, how am I going to lose that gunfight? Say you just get lucky and hit all headshots. Used to enjoy Rust even though I don't have a PC. Yeah, Rust was interesting. Never really played it, but I've watched others. But that was an obsession for quite a few people for a while. I mean, it's still pretty popular. Okay, so if I want to win a game, I should just go camp downtown. Hard part right now is I gotta run and hide and get to downtown and survive. I said I was gonna be very, very campy this game, so. I probably need to stick to that. So circle probably will shift here. So the further I get over there, the better. I can do it on foot. I can grab a vehicle. I'd be more worried I just get shot in the back by a random player. I get run over. Shit happens. But yeah, we'll see. Could just chill on hospital for a bit. Man, not a lot of... Wait, hold on. What's going on? There's a couple guys hospital. A couple less? Can you not get on top of these buildings anymore? Because there's no zip line? Or are all the zip lines on the inside of the building now? So if you're new and you've never watched me play before, I haven't sniped for a long time. But that's what I got started on back in like COD 4. I used to like quickscope. And then I joined... Oh, there we go. That's loud. And then I joined FaZe Clan as a montage content creator for sniping. So if you're like, why are you so good at sniping? Are you cheating? No, I'm not cheating. I'm just better. And a lot of it was really just practicing and playing and sniping the shit out of people for a long time and just improving. There's a guy downtown here, a couple guys around there. Okay, cool. Go over here. I just want to go chill on top of a rooftop for a bit and camp my little heart out until we get top 10. Just to kind of prove a point. I might die. There might be a rat here and there, which is fine. But if I just do like the slow play style for a while, I can show you that it's kind of easy to get top 10. Used to be a zip line right here. See, there's this, but no zip line. Hmm. I don't know if I want to rebind my key from F to E. I think I do. Like the Tarkov keybind, I keep pressing E and I like do that. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I gotta worry about this dude potentially being still there still. There might be some other guys on the builds down here. That one is probably the more risky one.
Cancel that.
And then whoever's here, if he's chilling up top.
Moving here.
But really, if you want to win, you could just come down here and just sit here. Like, you just sit here. If nobody snipes you out the window, you just watch the entrance and you wait. I mean, you're going to have a low kill count for sure. But toward the end of the game, depending on how aggressive you are, and if you start killing players, you could probably pick up 5 to 10. Just depending on how aggressive you want to play.
Heads up. An enemy squad marked you as a bounty target.
Question is, do people push bounties?
Loadout drop headed your
You could
way.
also sit back here and just watch the staircase and just be like really campy. Back on console? No, I'm not on console.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
What do you mean back when I used to play on console? Yeah. I definitely used to play on console. There's still a guy here. I saw him shooting on the radar. I don't know where to aim that at distance. This is also a ground loot HDR. It's not mine, so the barrel's different. Honestly, I thought either of those would have hit. Maybe a little, but I was trying to hit like the headshot instead of the body, which is probably a bad idea. I should have just went for body shots. How is a circle gonna do? It's so slow. Oh. Threat level. It's increasing. He would have to run up 8 floors to shoot me.
Moving.
Or crouch walk 8 floors. I kind of want to switch to that building.
Moving here. One requesting recon at this time.
So someone's sniping at me. Probably someone up on one of those builds. The question is if I grab this, will I get smoked in the face? Probably yes.
Enemy is no longer tracking you. You lost them.
I have a really questionable rifle that I'm not a fan of.
Timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO.
The other guy went back to the loadout over there. I heard him get out of the car. This rooftop's not bad, but the only issue, there's 2 staircases. so you can't really watch both entrances, which makes it a little harder to survive. But you can always jump off if someone does try to sneak up on you. Questionable rifle. Hey, it's what I found on the ground, dude. I don't really have a good loadout weapon right now. The HDR in my back is okay. It does have a barrel, the mono on it, but it's not like gonna probably be the best sniper at the moment, but it's pretty okay. The hard part is me being more consistent and actually hitting my shots with it is gonna be the bigger test. And aside from that, that's crazy. How do I miss that? Oop. Wish I had a airstrike for that one. I also do not have a self-res, which is not ideal. Oh, there's a guy down at the police station.
Cancel that.
I really should just do this. And not fucking move. Because like I said, I just want to get to top 10 and show you that you can just camp your way to top 10. Really, the way that this method works, and I did this in PUBG when we played PUBG all the time for ranked. We were top 1, top 5 for wins. We would alternate out of the top 10 all the time. But the way that it would work, you just find your circle, you find your location, you go, okay, I want to basically be somewhat center circle where I'm safe. You find a building, you lock the building down, you guard and you protect the building. And that's it, that's all you do. Then you move to the next spot, and you go to the next spot, and you go to the next spot, and you go to the next one. And you just do that off and on, constantly the whole time. And you just kind of rotate when you need to. You can rotate early, you can rotate late. If you rotate late, you might bump into people that you don't want to deal with because other people are already in those buildings. But really, the strategy was pretty straightforward. It's like, hey, I need to get to a building, be safe, protect myself, and just camp. Because with PUBG, the way that wins worked, if you got a win, you would basically get more points, and that would put you in the top rank, right? So you'd have a higher rank if you got a win, which is great. The problem with it was that if you did not get... There might be a player here, fuck. But if you did not win in the top 10, like you didn't place in the top 10, you ran into a problem. And that problem was really frustrating. It would basically lose your point placement by like 10 times a normal place inside the top 10. So you would always have to try to place top 10. Otherwise, you were in a lot of trouble. It was just really bad, not something you wanted to deal with. Not great. Wouldn't recommend it. You'd have to win like 3 or 4 games to get back in a row, to get back what you lost. And that was really annoying. So what we would do as a squad would pretty much just lock down a building and hold it and wait, and then I'll rotate when you need to. The kilos meta, is it? Well, I just threw it away. Oops. Does it not show when people spectate you anymore? Did they get rid of that? Or does the icon pop up when they look? I could go take his building. I also should buy a self-res, but I don't know how much they cost. I don't really want to go to the buy station and die, then lose it. There should be... Okay. Can't see shit there. But really, you're just wasting 4 minutes. This will close down, and then it'll probably move like here, you know, like it'll shift. And that's going to be like if you're lucky or unlucky. And that'll probably determine, like, since it's a downtown potential ending here, that's going to determine if I live longer than top 10 or not, just by camping. And most of that's because I might die to a player, like, moving around a little bit, and then I'll have to get in a position and I'll get killed by trying to do that. Whereas if I'm just in the circle and the circle closes on me and I never have to move, then we're set. I don't know what the distance is on that for aiming. Wait, he's up there. I saw one here or here. Am I crazy? Or did I think that was a player?
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
And there's a guy over there. The first one I shot was here. The second one I shot at was here. It could be the same guy and he switched out the builds. I don't really know. We'll see. Yeah, the AMAX is meta. I think the AK too. The Kilo maybe. I mean, those have always been good guns. The AMAX was great for a while. It was like my favorite. And then they patched it and then we never saw it again. That was tough.
You're losing ground. Moving.
Enemy nearby. Does that mean they're above me, below me, on my staircase? In my butthole? Like, I don't know where they're at. That could mean so many things. Do I just sit out here and hope I don't get sniped and then hope he like walks up here and I'm just able to laser his ass? Probably. Also, what ability is that? I hear him. You're not ready for that. I think we're gonna take your Kilo though. What the fuck was that? Alright, so circle zone-wise, we're probably actually okay. There's a player here. That big-ass building in the middle would be great to be on top of, but a little late.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
2 loadouts near me. That's concerning. What is this optic, dude? This thing sucks. That's like the worst optic I've ever seen. I'd love to go on that one. Now here we go again.
You've got gas moving in.
I hear him. I keep the submachine gun or keep the AR? I think I have to keep the kilo. It's got 90 rounds. 80. 60 round mag. Sorry, I can't talk. Words are hard. I just gotta remember there's a guy there. And I just gotta camp. So 2 more players and then we'll be top 10. Like, winning as a camper is not that challenging. I should say getting top 10 is not that challenging. Winning is a little more challenging.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Moving here.
So the only problem with this, I'm probably gonna get lit the fuck up going over here. But, you know, each their own. Ooh, the snipes are coming in. They're coming in hot.
Enemy UAV is online.
I want to be on the roof. I don't know my way around here, though.
10. Win this thing.
That's scary. Stairs.
Gas is inbound. Hostile UAV in the area.
There's probably a dude already on the roof. Interesting. Uh-oh. That's loud. What happened? Joshua, thanks for the 200 stars, man. Appreciate you. All right, so easy. Top 10. A lot of ways up here. Fuck. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Also, I don't like that.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Well, technically... Oh, fuck, he landed. Ah, dude, I didn't expect you to push me.
Gas is closing in.
And that gun sucks.
4 remaining.
My problem with this one is the circle's tiny. Teeny tiny. Two more. Underneath me.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Gas is moving.
I hear him running. Oh god, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I should have won that. That's crazy. I lost. I don't know, man. I just couldn't hit him. That's nuts. GG's. All right, so we got first. Just kidding. We got second. I should have killed him. I don't know how I didn't, but I'm not familiar with that gun. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I kind of whiffed a few shots there. But hey, it happens. But as far as games go, like I mentioned before, if you play a specific way, you can pretty much engineer a chance to win. And battle royales are really easy. It's just that the final couple circles aren't as easy. And I think that people don't understand how to play battle royale. They think that you have to like run, you have to fight, you have to kill, you have to be aggressive, you got to do what the streamers do. And then that's really it. But I think the main problem that most people have is they don't realize that you don't have to play that way. You can just do what I did. It might not be as entertaining, it might not be as fun, but if you want to win or increase your odds of winning, you just play like that. You just sit there, you don't really move, you fight when you need to, you fight for positioning, you fight for cover, whatever. And that's really it. Like when you get challenged or when you have to challenge a player, then you fight. But if you don't want to do that, I mean, just sit and hide. Like that's as dumb as that is, you will get more top 10 placements if you play passive. Now, if you're aggressive constantly and you run at people and you fight people all the time, well, obviously you're going to get killed, you're going to get hit, and then you're not going to get back and you're not going to do well because you're just going to keep dying. Now, if you are a better player and you can win gunfights more consistently, which I'm really not great right now because I just haven't played for 2 years, you're going to have a hard time. I'm on keyboard mouse as always. But that's what I said. Like, I just wanted to show that you can pretty much get top 10 every game. So if I really want to play for wins and actually win a game, then all I have to do is sit and pretty much just play slow. That's it. And anybody can do it. So I think people just don't put that, they don't really think about it. I think too many players just try to be aggressive and run and go for fights. I really think that's what it is. People are just trying to get a higher kill count. They're trying to whatever. But what's the difference between a win with 5 kills or a win with 8 or 10? Like, cool, you got 10 kills. It's 5 more. That's literally it. But the win still counts the same, right? So I think that's the difference. Is that there's a lot of outside pressure from content creation, YouTube, videos, bragging rights, if you make stream or do those types of things. But really, if you're just playing for yourself, who cares if you win with 5 kills or 6? Like it doesn't make a difference. Also, I should have won that game. That was really stupid. I'm really surprised I didn't. I think he headshot me and it caused more flinch and more damage than I expected, and then I kind of panicked. And I was like, oh, and I was like, I'm gonna die, because like I think he double headshotted me like really quick. And I think he got a little lucky, but my shots weren't as accurate either, but I also picked that gun up off the ground. All my gun is ground loot right now, so it's not something I'm used to shooting, it's not something I'm used to using. It's kind of, I wouldn't say unreliable, but it's pretty damn close. That's why I swapped to that other gun, because the gun that he dropped was better than what I had. Like that other kilo with the weird ass fucking red dot, ugh. That thing had a slow fire rate too. That shit was crazy. And I don't remember the kilo being that slow. The second gun I picked up was pretty okay. It was just toward the end there I just fucked up, but I don't know what the difference between, I don't know if they were different guns or the same gun. I think one was a kilo and the other one, well, no, the other might have been a Craig or Krieg. But I'm not sure. All right, so if I want to, I don't know where he went. I heard him, but I couldn't tell. I was like, I'm just gonna burn the UAV so he doesn't get it. Almost won that too. The AK is really good. People say it's decent, and I picked it up off the ground and I was shredding with it. Problem is I don't find it very often. I have a class for it, but It's also like level 10. Or no, I think the AK is level 20 for me. But I need to get attachments. All my guns need attachments because I never played the last Call of Duty. Never played Black Ops 6. So all my guns are super underleveled. And I could go play like Plunder. But I just haven't done that. Man, that guy got bodied. I snuck a reload on him. That surprised me how slow that reload was, though. I thought I was gonna die for sure. Now there's a player there. Fuck. He's right here. God, I feel so rusty. I think it's because my keybinds are different than what I'm used to as well. I probably need to change it to E. Maybe put my grenades on G or something. Like make those changes. That would make it feel a little bit better. I don't even remember what my old keybinds were. I don't even know what the KSV is either. Alright, where's the circle so I can go camp my ass off? Fuck, it's gonna be like up here probably. We'll get a win. I'll do it either camping and playing slow or do whatever. Oh, cross? Maybe? Totally no. Wait, how do I say, wait, what? Totally no. Absolutely no. Never. Not me. Wouldn't be me. Are you stream sniping me? My guy. Immediately no. Now the real question is, what's better, this one or this one? I don't know about the cipher. Fuck. I saw him when I jumped over the wall, but he fucking heard me, I guess. I don't know. That shit was crazy. He just snapped and lit me the fuck up. I was dead before I knew it. That was fast. Alright, let's take a look at my weapons, because my weapons are trash. Level 17. Black Ops 6. Meta. He's updated? 3 days ago, 2 days ago. Why is that a 14-minute long video for a Call of Duty 23-minute long video? What's the build so I don't have to watch a 23-minute long video? Holy shit. I'm not high enough level to do half of this stuff, but let's take a look. Optic. People say the Willis one. I don't think I have it unlocked. Unlock XM4. Why do I gotta unlock the XM4 to level something to get an optic? That's so stupid. Just let me get it for each gun. I just put that on there maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Muzzle. They're using this one. That's weird. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have quick draw. But I do. I mean, that's probably all I can really do. Can't really upgrade anything else. Not high enough level. What's up, Grant? How you doing? How's you in game? GG's. No, I played for a while. I just haven't played Warzone for a long time, except for like the last 2 days. No, I didn't play it yesterday. I played it today, and then I played like 2 days ago. Let's put it that way. But I didn't play long. You and I used to play. What was your username? I don't recognize real names. Hope I play more. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. PUBG, you don't have Facebook? You made the switch? You should have just made a Facebook. Like, come on. You're slacking. Oh, Mads? Okay, yeah, Prevails. Yeah, I recognize the Prevail part. Interesting. I haven't played this game for so long, though. I'm fucking washed. It's really bad. I need to fix my keybinds, which I don't know what I want to set them to. I was thinking of just looking at what Husker's settings are and probably copy his. He's like one of the only keyboard mouse players I know that still plays. So if he has an updated keybind, video, and mouse settings and all that, I don't know if I'll change my sensitivity to his, because last time I know his was fucking crazy. Sup, Lydia? Here, type again. I want to see something. Actually, you know what I could do? I could also make you a mod. For funsies. I put you as a VIP, but I don't know if it has the badge. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Just make you a mod. You can ban everybody. Loving life on EFT? I want to play it still. I stopped at Lupo's stream and asked him a question. It was pretty funny. Because he looked like he was having a hard time. I was just like, hey, Lupo, how's the games gone? And he's like, don't ever play this game. Ever again. He was not feeling it. He's not feeling it. But then I watched him play Labyrinth like immediately after and just murder everybody. So it's like, okay. Way to talk. Way to talk. But he also plays Tarkov a lot. So he's pretty up to date on it, where I'm still learning a bunch of shit. Metaphor? Yeah, Metaphor is another one. I don't know if he would have YouTube videos, though. Does that show in all chat? Yes, you're rude. Everyone's like, yeah, absolutely. Kamala. God, I can only imagine the text chat's gonna be toxic as fuck if I mention him. It's so bad. I think there's a guy like right on my dick. Hey, let me in. No. No, we're not doing this. Your mom's a hoe. Look, dude, I'm the undefeated Gulag champion, but I gotta fucking reload, alright? This shit's crazy. I don't think he wants the pistols. I'm gonna get a gun and put it right up his butt. The XMG's kind of questionable, though.
You a bitch!
I love that, dude. That was so clear, too. Oh my god, that was great. Oh, I almost killed him. I just missed the headshot. If I had full plates similar to what he had... Oh, he had a DMR, too. Oh my god, you a bitch! That was perfect. Welcome back to Verdansk. I always forget about the death comms, but like how loud that was and how clear and how angry he was. It's just perfection. Kind of makes me a little excited, a little tingly. You know, just a little feeling some kind of emotions. Imagine getting killed by a guy who hasn't played the game in 2 years. Yeah, that's how it's going. Do I like 2.0 Warzone? Eh. It's COD. I like Tarkov more. But don't tell people I say that. Tarkov's just a different style of game, different style of combat. It just feels different, feels more real. So it's more exciting, I think, in a lot of ways than COD. I thought I stuck his ass. I noticed a lot of people in the gulag like run and dive and dodge and they don't shoot back. I don't know why. Like, it's very odd because I feel like a lot of the times they cause themselves to lose because of that. Like, they're trying to be too fancy with movement, but the movement, they ain't got any movement. He's not helping. Like, it's bad. I gotta level this up to level like 25. Can I just like pay someone to level up my guns? I'll give him like 10 bucks. Because I'm broke. Go loot the body, buddy. Go loot it. Don't open a door that I don't know is there. That's bullshit. Ah! I got shot in the back. I fucking jumped, bro. I thought it was like a dude in front of me, and I was like, I don't see him, but he was behind me. I don't know where, but yeah, I didn't even see the dude in front. I think because I heard the dude in the hangar to my right, but he didn't shoot me, judged on that bullet trail. So I don't know how the fuck or where I got shot from. It had a bit behind me. Aren't baby monitors OP again? I have no idea. You're asking someone who doesn't play this game. I'm just, you know, just saying. Like, I haven't played in 2 years, so I don't know. I imagine they work, but I don't know if they're overpowered. I think they changed them to where they have a battery on them, so you can only use them so much. Like, you can't sit in a corner and hold it open, because if you do, it'll run out of battery, then it doesn't work anymore. So it has like a time limit on it. So that's another one. Man, I could have won a game and gone to bed. Yeah, here I am, not winning. Life is hard sometimes. How does it take so long to get a lobby, though? I feel like the wait times in here are worse than Tarkov.
gear and weapons.
Still drinking soda? No, not really. I drink water. Call of Duty's not. There's only 10 players on this game. That's why. Yeah. Like, I don't buy soda. I haven't bought it for a long time. If I go out and I get food, I'll get one. But I don't buy it and have, like, stuff in the house. It's just not good.
All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
Too much sugar. All right, all we gotta do is win a game. It's not that hard. It's really not. I got second place. I should have got first. I don't know how I didn't. That was really stupid, but I should have got first, but I didn't. And then
Battle Royale. Gas is closing on your position. Just hightail it out of there.
but yeah. Just found a biddy on a scav, a Bitcoin. Nice.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
There's like 4 people here, and I have no gun.
Primary objective is to eliminate all targets.
I hate Call of Duty. I saw a guy over there. Yep, GG's.
Welcome to the Gulag.
Like 3 buildings, no guns, just people. How do you hide the in-game chat? Hey, you like that? Oh, you found one on a scav, not like you found it and killed it on a scav? Or was it just looted on a scav? That's a better question. I don't know how I feel about the gulag either. The gulag's kind of goofy. Did it show a submachine gun and I only have a pistol? Okay, that was weird. I got smoked. But I'm a little concerned he was gonna shoot me with a submachine gun and I wasn't gonna have one. That's rough. I'm losing patience with this game. Ooh, I could change commands. I gotta change the I think that's my Instagram. Yeah, we fixed that. Exclamation point Twitch should work.
Use this time for some target range.
So we're doing okay there. Going to sleep on a win is better. Well, I made the title like I'm not gonna quit until I win, but I don't know. I don't really expect to win unless I really camp it. Unless I really camp it out like last time. But that was honestly not the worst game ever. I mean, it was like a 10-kill game still. One thing I've noticed too is how my playstyle works in the final circles, and I think it's because of PUBG. I tend to be a little more aggressive on fighting and pushing people and going after fights, because I realize that if you play in a certain way, you will... Most players tend to keep their head down and they hide and they don't really look out and they don't try to find people, so they'll hide, and if someone walks in front of them, then they'll shoot them. But sometimes that's a mistake, because if somebody else is outside of them and they're fighting and they're shooting, you could third party that, but they sit there and they hide, so they don't third party it. They could have killed 1 or 2 players and they could have won. Instead, they sit there and they hide. They don't move. So what I usually do, I fight when I need to, and I try to rotate around and clean out the circle. But I've noticed that I'll kill like half the players in the top 10. Like, and that's pretty common. Like that's normal for me. It's just they don't fight each other ever. And it's like, man, I don't know why, but they just tend not to. All right, circle, zone. You could just go all the way down here to like train station or something if you want to like play circle and play smart. You also probably won't have as many players that go out that far if you land like here, here, here. You might. I still think there's going to be quite a few. More worried about some dude shoot me in the butt. But I've noticed that a lot of players will not play that way. They won't play aggressive in the final circle. They're very, very, very shy. And I think with PUBG that kind of changed, because I think my play style was to be more cautious, more defensive, but also a little bit more strategic on how to fight. And usually if you just kind of keep your head down too much, you're just asking to get shot. You're asking to like get bullied, and you don't really protect yourself. I think a good example in COD. I think a good example in Call of Duty. Oh, fuck, there's 2. Three. I almost killed that guy. That's crazy. I didn't know there were 3. I got shot by 3 different people. Maybe it was 2, but I think it was 3. But I think the idea with
Success means redeployment.
COD is just like a more casual game. I lost where I was talking, but I can't remember. I'm dead. I'm better. Never doubted myself for a minute.
That was close.
Also, if I landed and got a gun right away, that would have been really fucking helpful. But the game's like, go eat a bag of dicks. You're not getting shit. Oh, what a shit spawn. Why did it spawn me so far away from the circle? Question is, will there be loot here or a player here? There's probably a player there. There's at least 1 or 2 still here. They should have fought by now, but who knows? Don't see any guns. All right, let's hope we get a good gun. That's a SWAT. Krig. I wonder how the Krig stacks up compared to like the AMAX, AK, the other one. It's gotta be close, right? Yeah, Access 2020 me? Dude, I haven't played for so long. We're gonna be here a while. Although I'm probably just gonna go camp in a corner to get this win. Oh, fuck. Why are you, like, being a piece of shit? Oh, I thought I stuck him. Does it not have a stuck him? Like, does it not have a stuck? Oh, it probably does. I probably just didn't stick him, and it was just hit markers of him running through it. That's why I re-challenged instead of running, because I was like, oh, I can probably kill him now since he's burning to death. But maybe, I don't know. That's weird. Too many players in one area. That's fucking crazy. I was just trying to get loot, man. I just wanted loot. It's like, I can't. There's too many people. And then when I get in a fight, I lose half my plates, and then I don't have plates, and I'm trying to heal. And I'm just getting shot while I'm trying to heal without plates. Like, with what I have left, and I just keep getting third-partied. That was 3 third parties in a row. And I almost killed the last one, too. It's just, you can't win if you're constantly getting, like, pinched. It's just, it's not going to happen. You're eventually just going to lose. Like, you're getting whittled down. There's too many players. You don't have enough health. You don't have enough ammo in your gun. You're just trying to reset. And you can't because there's just too many players putting pressure on you. It's like, can I just get a second to reload? It's like, nope, you're still getting shot at. So you're running, dodging, reloading, trying to plate, and you're still getting shot at. It's fucking annoying. It's like, why didn't you guys fight each other and instead of fighting me constantly? Why'd you wait until I got here to fight? Crazy, just let me shoot you in the back. Look at that accuracy, dude. I'm basically the best.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone. Battle Royale.
Alright, circle. Honestly, landing like anywhere around here would be a good idea. The only problem is this is going to be busy, kind of busy. I'll probably have like 1 or 2 here. That's a DMR. That's a light machine gun. It's like, can I just get a gun that's usable? Like, fuck. Also, what'd they do to my HDMR scope? Like, that's fucking crazy. Alright, zone-wise, we can really go anywhere. If I just want to win, I can go camp on the big building. That's an option. I knew I heard somebody. I knew I heard someone. Well, maybe. Is it better or worse? I don't know. I'm gonna find out, maybe. Holy shit, he's just chilling there. What the fuck? I almost killed him too, which is crazy. That's so fucking random. Of all the places you could be sitting, your ground floor just behind a door. Nuts. Gotta ship back. Why? What's wrong with your PC? What'd you do? Same issue? What's the issue? It doesn't turn on all the way when I turn. Okay, that's very vague. Like, I don't know. Like, that's weird. What do you mean? How does it not turn on? Does it like cycle and just not start? Or does it get to the screen and then like reset? Ooh, that guy got bodied. Display doesn't show up. Keyboard and mouse. Display doesn't show up. Keyboard and mouse doesn't connect. That's kind of odd. I don't really know what would cause it. They don't. I don't think it'd be a boot issue. Well, maybe. And if the hard drive's not being recognized, I knew it. I fucking knew there'd be a guy here. I know it was looted earlier, but I didn't expect him just to be right fucking there. Damn, I died so fast. CPU. I don't know. Could be a defective part. That sounds odd. So are they just going to reship you a different PC, or are they going to fix it and ship it back? That's pretty rare. The only thing, like, when you showed me that PC was the case, like the shape of it. I was like, that's not like a normal case. And I'm like, I don't know if I would go with that one, but I didn't really mention it at the time because I was like, I think it'd be fine. Because usually it doesn't matter too much. But most PCs have a different tower shape, and I feel like, I don't think that means they're less or more reliable, but maybe depending on the parts that you throw in them. I'd have to go look at what yours was, but they took the image down. Yeah, that's not good. But I just either swap to a different one with similar stats. I just ask them, be like, hey, do you have another comparable one that would be the same or better? And I'm pretty sure they'd probably connect you with it and then just ship you that one. It would probably be faster. And I would imagine that they would check it before they ship it to you. Like, all right, let's not have it happen again. Let's double check. I could see them doing that. But it also probably kind of makes sense to me too. Like, if you have a boot issue where because they're going to test the PC. Like, they probably load it, restart it, they set it, they check it, and everything's okay. But if they don't experience the issue when they do those tests, and then somebody else gets it, they start it, they keep it on longer than they did during the test, and then the problems start happening, it makes sense why they missed it. But yeah, I just reach out to them. I mean, you're already shipping it back to them, but yeah. I mean, I could always DM Jesse. He straight up, like, last time he asked, like, what was the message you sent when you deleted it, like, really quickly. So I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Because I've had a similar issue with my PC being a little weird. My gaming PC has this issue right now. And I haven't sat down to problem solve it. I need to. I just don't want to. But what my PC does is my gaming PC will just randomly shut off instantly. Just dead. And then I can't start it again unless I unplug the power cable in the back of the PC. And then I plug it back in, and then I can click and start it again. So I have to determine if that is a overheating issue of either the CPU, the GPU, probably not the GPU, most likely the CPU. And then if it's not that, it could be a bad power, like a power unit, like a bad power supply dying. That might be overheating. And I'm just like, man, I really don't want to test all that. So I'm just waiting until one day it shuts off and I can't turn it back on, and then I'll figure it out. But yeah, that shit does happen. Parts go bad. Sometimes they just don't work correctly. Depending on what you also have in your PC can be an issue too, as far as like compatibility. Sometimes certain GPUs have more problems than others. They might not work as well with a certain motherboard. And you never know until like you really, really test them. But that is shitty. It is unfortunate. Why is it iron sights? That's fucking horrendous. It's like Tarkov, like iron sights. That's funny they did that. I was not ready for that to do that. That's so ugly. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's gas. Oh, it takes plates down, too? Since when? That's annoying as hell. Oh, somewhere else, third party. Yeah, they'll be more than happy to fix it. I mean, that's kind of their whole thing. That's why I usually try to buy a PC from them if I'm ever going to buy one. Their customer support's probably 1,000 times better than every other company.
Be ready. You're next.
But yeah, that is shitty. That's like really bad. It's like, hey, you should buy a PC from this company. And then it fucking dies.
Earn redeployment or die trying.
All right. If I could just land and get a gun without dying right away, that'd be cool. I wondered if he was AFK. I didn't hear any footsteps. I'm gonna go camp in a corner if I can get there. The problem is I keep spawning in a location that's really far from where I want to be. I guess I could go downtown, but that's kind of risky. Well, fuck it. Someone has been here. The bullet drop is on this from these ranges. Need to find plates, which don't exist. And I need to find ammo, because I only got 30 bullets.
You're losing ground. Moving.
we got a plate.
To the area. Watch the skies.
And someone pulled in close to me. I guess there's ammo in here, right? That's still a thing? Yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Alright, so this circle... I need to head that way. But, I mean, it could shrink and pull back toward me, but I doubt it. I should just go chill up here for a bit. Or really any corner, to be honest. I need to get a self-res because I don't have the ability to res anymore. Or gulag anymore. I just want to go camp it out. Maybe. Not that. I almost forgot like the layouts, dude. Someone just landed. Oh, can you not repick those up? Maybe not. Alright, we just gotta wait like 20 minutes and sit in a corner. If we're just going for a win. Has this always been here? This ladder? This looks different. I hear him. There's a guy below me. I think he's got a heartbeat. That's so cheesy, dude. He's got a heartbeat too. He's looking for me. He's like, I know he's up there. I'm gonna get his ass. That's toxic. That is toxic. But sometimes we do toxic things. When you're camping for wins, you do what you gotta do. All right. Oh my god, that poor guy, dude. He's not ready. It'll probably be like up here. Fuck. Yeah. So zone or circle, you could rotate all the way up here if you want to. You'd sit in the middle. You could sit on one of these buildings at the airfield if you want to. You could go up here to this one. Even like these 3 red stories would be probably fine. Really, it's just how do you want to play? It's entirely up to you. You could also just sit out on a hill on a ridgeline for a bit and just hide. I don't have a self-res, so if I get sniped, it's like GG. Now, if I get sniped from a distance and they can't headshot me again, I can still come back. You know, it's like I can res and keep running. But generally, if I don't have like a self res and I'm just trying to win, I try to find a corner and hide in it and just wait. Yeah, sometimes being on a ridge sucks because there's no cover. You could get shot from anywhere. Unless you have a good angle on it, then yeah, by all means, knock yourself out. Just go sit in the middle of nowhere. You also just drive a vehicle around for a while, but you'll probably get shot at a little. You might die. You never know.
Hostile UAV.
I don't have enough money.
Gas is closing in.
Didn't let me shoot. Son of a bitch. I gotta tell myself to stop fighting. Question is, where do I want to sit? You could sit on top of Superstore. That's always an option. Not a good one, but it's an option. Like, Superstore's an interesting building on its own, but like, you can get shot from so many angles. So I don't generally like that one. And that guy's somewhere back that way. Hey, you can literally just sit here for a bit. I mean, circle closes in 2 minutes. That's only third circle. There's probably going to be like 30, 40 people left. And if I come running around, I need to find enough money, though, to buy like a self-res. Question is, do I want to shoot at this guy and bait him into a fight? Yes. Always. What was marked? Was it the location when I pinged it? Yeah. Maybe like that? I don't know. Like, I don't know where you need to shoot in order to not to headshot somebody, but like out of the car. Like as they're driving. Can you shoot through the glass on that one? Oh, you got marked, like spotted? That's what that means? Oh. Well. Now we know. Yeah, that's probably better than what I'm using. What's your main gun? A compact? I don't know, maybe. I can give it a shot. I'll probably die, but hey, it's fine. It's got dark matter.
Gas is closing in.
A new safe zone. Fuck.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced.
And I heard footsteps. Circle could end anywhere. Like, that's the hard part with this one. Is you don't know where this one's gonna put you. Like, you could stay here, or really, more of it's on this side of the map. So it'll probably be like this section. But if you go to TV, then it's back here, then you gotta run back, right? But the other problem too is if you decide to move late or early. God, that is so distracting. Holy fuck. How do you guys snipe? That's crazy. I'm like going to another world. I'm opening the wormhole. A bit much.
Got gas moving in.
But I guess if you have a vehicle, it's probably not that big of a challenge to really go where you need to go anymore. Up here, maybe?
Fire sale's over.
I should have used the fire sale and grabbed like a UAV while I was there. I just didn't think about it. Oops. Ow.
Enemy UAV is online.
These stairs are different. They put like a railing. Dude, just tripping balls, have fun, fun camos, let them have fun, dude. It's a lot. Okay. I teleport galaxies when I scope down this thing. That's fucking crazy. I just want another top 10. That's it. That's all I want. I just gotta camp like a bitch. Because I usually would like push people with a car when I was a little more experienced and just chase everyone down and try to get as many kills as possible. The only downside of that... I'm way off with that. Ugh. The only downside is that usually you get like top 15, top 20, and you got 20 kills, and then someone just fucking smokes you, and you're like, ah. So that's always no fun. I'm hit. Call the cops. Question though is, where did he shoot me from? Wish I had a satchel. Level 25.
Gas is closing.
Alright, circle sucks. We should have went to the TV station like I thought. Life is hard. I mean, technically I could just camp here. I'm eventually gonna have to move on the next circle for sure. But... really depends on if you want to do that or not, or just sit on a corner. Totally waiting to get sprayed. God, I suck. I hit my first shot, can't follow up. Trying to third party that. I'm being a jerk. So those guys are gonna have to push in. Well, no, they don't. They have the buy station there, so they don't have to push in. Maybe a little, but like, oh well.
LDBR inbound.
Neat. Neat cluster strike. That's super cool. Super cool, dude. Super cool. Your mom get that for you? Can I make you a gun? I don't even know how to make a gun right now. So you probably don't want me to do that. And I used to have like the distance down to like where to shoot, where not to shoot, how far to aim. Now I'm just like guessing. I'm like, I don't know. It's problematic. So that guy's here. Or there. He's got a crossbow. Okay, crossbow Mike. What are you doing, buddy? That was funny as fuck though. If he hit me, I'd probably kill myself.
Closed until further notice.
I know he saw me. My headset just cut out. That ain't great. Oh, is it back? Damn, I suck. Also, that guy in the cars out there. There might be another dude back here, too. I'd wager money. On there being a dude, like, back here. Yeah, he's prone out in the grass. I just saw him. People have warned me that, like, people proning out in the grass is kind of a meta. Oh, I'm so fucked. Like I said, I'm so fucked. I saw him. It was too late. Oh, airstrike too? Damn, you're serious about that. He's playing for keeps, dude. I'm gonna get run over either way. Damn, he's like on me. I should have just pushed him and killed him earlier. I was just playing too passive. I didn't feel comfortable. Mostly because I don't have my own loadouts yet, my own weapons, so I don't feel very comfortable just picking up ground loot and trying to fight with that. It's like, I don't really want to fight. I just want to sit back a little bit and just kind of wait. And it's like, well, I need to fight. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But I really should have pushed more. I didn't like the submachine gun, though. That's why I didn't run across the field at him. If it was an assault rifle, then yeah, probably should have. But, oh well. Now, what's going on with the headset? Let's see if I can make sure my left ear starts working. His last game, it was all right ear. It's working now. I remember I had a second place earlier and threw it. It was fucking awful. But I haven't played in 2 years, so my expectations aren't that high. I'll re-download it. Oh, you have to reset up your old one? Oh, yeah. So you're still on the new one? Or no? That's kind of odd. Because I thought you weren't able to get on the new one. Oh, when you can. Interesting.
Check your gear and weapons.
Could always run the AMAX next time. I think that'd be more. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Even though this is a default one, I don't have any. Well, I have some attachments on it, but I don't have all the attachments on it. God, that thing fries. Yeah, that's pretty good. Reload time sucks.
Enemy soldier incoming.
I'll just probably use an AMAX and then throw like the HDR on my back.
We are green to go.
I need an extended mag though. I need a 60 rounder. It just doesn't turn on the way all the time. But when it turns on, does it shut off at all? Or does it only shut off when you shut it off? I'm really curious what that is. Or why it's that way. Drop late? Yeah, that's always an option. This circle, I'd probably just want to go down like downtown here, maybe even here. But the majority of the players are going to land here, and then they're going to push out this way. Going out here would be fine. You're still in the circle. You could loot all this and just sit here and wait, and then push further in when the circle closes. This is kind of like a quarter circle, so it's almost already closed again because it's on the edge. So it can really only shift so much. God, my headset keeps cutting in and out. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if that's the headset cord or if it's the actual headset itself. I really don't want to buy new IEMs.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the
Oh, you
sky.
can't go in there anymore?
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Means you probably can't go in there either. Where's the guns? Alright. I just need loadout money. And then maybe grab the AMAX. And just use this purple HDR.
Supply box is marked. Secure those locations.
There are like two guys behind me too. I don't know if they'll push me or not. Maybe. Oh, God, that audio sounds so weird in my left ear. I don't know. It's just off.
Supply box secured. 2 to go.
Sounds like I was hearing footsteps up there.
Enemy UAV overhead. Two supply boxes down. 1 to go.
Let's see, how much money do you get for completing that? 4K? Eh. Yo. Sir.
Moving here.
Yeah, I don't have audio in my left ear. Oh, it's back. That's really annoying. Is what that is.
Marking contract.
I don't know why it would be cutting out though. There's a guy here.
Moving here. Kill 'em all.
He was on radar before I got the UAV, so I think not the UAV before I got the that drop. The bounty. Okay. A self-res would be sick. There's a buy station here.
Marking buy station.
That's where they were. There might still be a guy there. I can get a UAV, or not a UAV, I can get a self-res. Maybe a loadout. I could probably do both if I wanted to, but it depends if there's a player here or not. I thought there were two.
Requesting recon at this time.
Oh, is that not enough? God damn, how much does this cost? Fuck it. I guess we're not gonna load out. Here.
We're flying on fumes. UAV returning to tank.
Did I buy 2 UAVs? I guess so. Kind of fucked up my loadout. He'll plate and then re-peek. Oh, I pressed the wrong button? That's awkward. I pressed Alt. It's like it's a bad habit I have from playing Tarkov. I press the Alt button and it pulls up this menu and I'm like, oh, you know, I can't fix it.
Targets evaded. Bounty contract's been pulled.
I think I'm just gonna avoid him,
Request received. We're a dot.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
or at least attempt to.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Oh, you can't do it that way. That's odd. That's different. That takes a while. Okay, so circle and zone wise, if I want to be safe, just go sit and hang out by port. But with that, I gotta walk all the way across the map. That's where that other dude was shooting at me. I mean, it's usually not a problem, but it depends on how aggressive they are. He was pushing, so he's probably trying to hunt people down a little bit. But I'd be more worried having to cross all this and just bump into more people along the way. I should find a vehicle and just kind of hop in and run. There's that little vehicle I could steal there, but I could maybe just go take this one. If there's not a claymore under it. Story of my life. The other thing is, where do I really want to sit? Like, I could go down here. There's a building there. I bet you put C4 on this. Please tell me you didn't. I'd prefer if you didn't. The guy on the road here. Man, he is angry. Nice.
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV overhead.
It could be here. I get sniped. 50-50. This one's okay, but people can get behind you here.
Enemy UAV is online.
But I really just want to chill here for a bit.
UAV in the area.
Trying to make sure everything doesn't work. We're just camping. It's a strategy. Don't knock it. Might not be a good strategy, but it's a survival strategy. Keyword. Why does it take so long to hold my goddamn breath? That's crazy. Could have easily shot that dude. A lot of players play like that just to hold zone. You just wait. And zone's probably going to pull out further this way. That's my guess, but I don't know. It can sometimes pull closer. It could be like right here. It could shift. How quick can you res? Kind of quick, actually.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Alright, so zone's fine. I could push port, or I could just chill where I'm at. There is a guy back behind me where I don't want someone to be, but I can maybe deal with that. I have to worry about him, but then I really gotta worry about this dude. Can I jump that still? No, I don't think you can. I think he can. Or is that one that you can't jump? I don't remember. Yeah, that was close. Almost put him on a milk carton.
Cancel that.
Also, why am I leveling the AMAX just by holding on to it? Ah, fuck. I'm worried about that. Question is, will he parachute?
Got myself up.
Probably not.
You've got gas moving in.
That was close.
The only problem is it's gonna fuck me over.
Vehicle marked. Cancel that.
For what I want to do. And there's probably going to be a guy at that buy station. I mean, I would be. Yep. There's a guy. Is he watching the buy? Doesn't matter, he's dead. I really do not like how my headset keeps cutting out. It's hard to hear. Sometimes sounds like I'm playing underwater. Okay. Not cool. So aggressive. Kind of rude. Didn't ask for that. He just started shooting at me. There's one in here. I think he's either up on that or he's like on the second story of this.
Hostile UAV in the area.
I can't tell. Maybe he's got a heartbeat.
Gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
It's kind of where I'd like to be, though. Oh, fuck. What do you want to bet he left those for me? I'm thinking on decisions here on how I want to play this. I need to fight him and I need to kill him. But there's gonna be more players that are gonna roll through here too. Kinda like that guy. He's waiting for me, probably.
Gas inbound.
Whoop. Oh, nice rocket. That's cute. I tried, dude. I tried. I can't re-peek that. He's just waiting for me. He'll see me by the time I scope in. I don't like that shit at all. I need to go upstairs and grab the other guy's plates, but if I do that, he'll rocket me. Unless...
Trophy system online.
Maybe. Oh, the trophy gets disabled when I do that. That's interesting. Got fucking smoke, dude. Still got it. I kind of want his spot. Only issue with this circle is it's probably going to be like out in the field, and I'm going to have to like fight multiple players in shit locations. Oh, like that. Like that. People just sitting behind me that I don't know where they are.
Closing in. Relocating safe zone. No more fighting in the gulag.
He probably pushed up because of the enemy close sign. He'll probably push me. Wish I had more of an angle here. Because, like, re-peeking those windows is a fucking shit show. I know I'm camping, but, like, I don't really have a lot of options there. If I want to re-peek it, I could try to find him.
Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
Moving here.
He's got to push in, or he's going to go to the gas station. My guess he's probably sitting out there still at the gas station. I'm don't worry about getting sniped in the back. You think he's up on top of the gas station? I hear him sniping. I don't see him. I do. Oh, it didn't shoot. It didn't shoot. That's fucking crazy. I don't have a lot of
You've made it
plates.
to the top 10.
Here or here? There's two, I think. I still got that other guy behind me. Fuck, I zoomed out. Damn it. Okay, that's crazy. I'm dead. He'll push. Well, I was like top like 6, 7, something like that. I just don't like sitting there, man. Like, it's just such a bad position because I have too many players near me. And everyone kind of, like, everyone just kind of knows. There's only 4 kills. Ugh. I mean, I did camp a whole game, so I'm not going to get that many. All the games that I don't camp, I usually get like 10 or 15 so far. Have I won a game? No. I got second. And then I like fumbled the ending. I wouldn't say that's a good match. I'd say that was kind of a shit match. Oh, he knew because he had a heartbeat. That's how he knew. And then this dude, I don't think this guy killed. No, maybe this guy did kill me. I thought it might be the other guy in the gas. There's 6 up. And he's just heart beating. I wonder how strong cars are in the final circle. Like, they used to be, like, pretty good. And then over time, you could just blow them up with C4 really well, and it was not a problem, so they weren't really a big issue. But running heartbeats, crouching, just chilling, I don't know. Yeah, this is nuts. So not much has really changed. People just sit in corners with heartbeats. That's why I kind of wish they'd just remove it. And I'm not saying like the heartbeat is the main reason people would still sit in corners, but like people utilize their, yeah, he's proned out. Oh my God, that's fucking crazy. He's not even proned out in like a spot where he has cover. He's proned out in the middle of the open on a ledge. Like just right out in the open. That's insane. Wow. I don't know how I feel about the proning out thing. This is kind of crazy to watch. He's just gonna get run over. At that point, he should have pushed up to the tree and just used the tree for cover and start shooting at him. Because you can at least shoot him out of the car. You might run out of ammo, but you're harassing him enough that he might either get out and fight you head on or he'll stop. Like, this dude seems to know a little bit more of what he's doing. He's only got 10 kills. But at least he's being somewhat aggressive. His gun's a little goofy, though. He might get sniped and get killed here. So, see, he's panicking now because he got hurt. He'll reload. He'll plate. He doesn't really have to worry too much because he can just... he has the zone, really. And then he can sit here. The guy's on his right. He pushed up. He didn't see him. I was going to say he had time. He's going to lose. I saw him on the right. He peeked up. And then I think he was just too comfortable thinking that the player couldn't get up there. And I guess he found a rock to jump on. That's fucking hilarious. That last guy that killed him, who won, I think was the guy that shot me in the back when I was in the building at the gas station. I'm pretty confident. But I'm going to go to bed. I know I said I'm going to play until I get a win, but I'm a liar, and you're just going to have to deal with it. We got a second place game. That's close enough. And then tomorrow we might play a little bit more, or we'll play something else. We'll see. But guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks again for all the stars too, by the way. And I will see you guys soon. Take it easy.